Hello everyone, this is Nazuki. Welcome back to my Kyoto Real channel. In this channel, I want to explain about my Japan or Kyoto or real estate or living or lifestyle in Japan. Also, my life in Germany, where I lived from 4 years ago, and I like both countries to live in Japan and in Germany. So today, let's study about Machiya. So exploring traditional Japanese architecture. Okay, I study architecture in Japan, in Kyoto, and also I had a chance to go to Europe, and I have studied also in Finland. And wood architecture, it's really nice. One of my dreams to live in a wooden house, which I am now in a concrete house, but okay, this is also nice style, contemporary. So welcome to today's live session, where we dive into the fascinating world of architecture, especially traditional Japanese architecture, focusing iconic Machiya. Machiya is this word. Machi is like a town or city. We have two Chinese characters, Machi and Machi, but this is like a town. It's more like a community. And Machiya house, and Machiya means this ie, it's house. So Machiya is called Machiya, and there is a lot of Machiya house in Kyoto. And we call it Machi, just Machiya, not the house Machiya. And introduction to Machiya history in Kyoto. So from when we have this Machiya house, we will discover now. So Kyoto, the ancient capital of Japan, is renowned for its rich cultural heritage and timeless beauty. Yes, timeless beauty. Where you feel the timeless beauty, I think it's especially surrounded by mountain and Kamo River, and also these small lodge, we call it small narrow street, it's lodge. And what you feel is also, and of course in Machiya, Japanese, this facade, wooden facade, and when you walk, and you will feel really like you are in traveling history. So among its many architectural treasures, the Machiya stands out for symbol of traditional urban living. So this is the point. So everybody says about kominka or the folk house, or in real estate channel they says akiya, it's like an abandoned house, it's like empty, a very cheap house. But Machiya is in center in the urban area. So this is wooden townhouses, especially for this in the town, or the town, inside the town. So which date back to the Heian period. We call it in the 1974 until 1185. The Heian period at the time was like we wear like 12 kimono, or we have flourishing about culture, tea or tea ceremony and flower. Heian period, if you look up the history, I think you will really like it. About very, very romantic time, very a lot of culture was born in Kyoto too. So have been an integral part of this Kyoto's cityscape for centuries. So the term Machiya translates to the townhouse, and these structures are historically used for both residential and also place for business by the merchant and craftsman. This is the point. It's not only the townhouse just to live, but it's about also to do the business by merchants. For example, the kimono or the fan. If you want to sell something, then there is a place called misenoma just in front of the house area. The Machiya is always with a grid or koshi, we call it. There was a place to do the business. And then there's nore, it's like a curtain. You have the shop, then you go inside, and you can talk about negotiate. What's up is today? What do you have? New kimono and new things. So this is like a very typical, not only the townhouse to live, but also to the business. And many times now in Kyoto, they have nice cafe, nice bakery, and nice clothes shop, fashion, everything. But this is a typical point that if you want to live or if you want to do a business, Machiya will be really good to look or good to think about if you want to do business in Kyoto. Not only renting the concrete or RC the building, but also to find out Machiya, what kind of Machiya will be good, because it's very unique townhouse. And the structural history used for both residential business, I told you about this, and this is a craftsmanship. For example, Machiya, to fix, to renovate, we have the carpenters in Kyoto, so they are specialized for this, to renovate or fix. For example, when the Machiya when it's empty, then sometimes when you want to live again, then sometimes the house is like this or that. It has angle because it's getting old. And when it's earthquake in Kyoto, we had also the Kobe earthquake. In all times, I felt really like house is going this way or this way. So it's very flexible, but it's towards this earthquake. It's strong move. So of course, it's not like perfect for the earthquake, everything. But in Kyoto, it's not so much earthquake. This is also a typical thing, I think, that Machiya in Nishijin area, they have very big area, very big space inside that they put this weaving machine. So even if it's inside the Machiya, there's a various type of the how they create the space. And so the characterized this Machiya, what's characteristic point is like it's narrow facade. It's narrow facade. It's not like wide. It's of course wide one is a very rich family, but we have a grid in the city. It's like a grid like this. The street is like 1畳2畳3畳4畳4畳じゃないね、1畳2畳3畳4畳 means 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like grid system. This urban grid is like system, and then there you have to put a lot of house. Now it's the east-west facing that. So the facade is very narrow, because we calculate the tax by this all the time. And Machiya was designed to maximize the space efficiently in the densely populated city. Of course, Kyoto, that was like a capital. That means you want to live, a lot of people come and do the business, want to live and the culture. So it's very narrow, and then you have to be efficient for housing. And one of the most distinctive feature of Machiya is elegant lattice work. We say lattice work, but it's koshi. It is a facade, but has koshi, means it's like lattice. It's which adorns the front of the house. Yeah, you cannot see. It looks like you can see, but you can't see really. So this is a very good idea for facade even nowadays in the contemporary architecture. And this is not only adds the aesthetic appeal. Yeah, it depends on depends on the business. There's an area, different kind of koshi. So this, but also provides privacy, while allowing light air to flow through the building. This means that when it's very hot in Kyoto, nowadays it's 39 degrees and 40 degrees, but all the time, of course, we didn't have air conditioning system. So what we did was using this east-west, the direction, air comes in. We want air comes in and the light comes in. So of course, so then you don't open everything towards to the street because people are walking on the street, but if you have this lattice, which is narrow one, then you don't see directly your if you are in a house, you don't see that, you don't want to see hello, you don't say hello to the people who walks on the street, but you just feel it. People walking with this koshi when you have lattice. So this is very good idea. I think it is very wise, smart housing, because you don't have air conditioning all the times. So then you either you have like a yukata and then you have fan like this, or you just use the natural air to goes in. So this is like a koshi. So you can always koshi, if you buy the house, or if you want, you can change the koshi styles. And many contemporary shops has reused the older koshi, or you can also make a new one. And over the years, Machiya have evolved, reflect changing needs and lifestyle of their inhabitants. Yes, because in Kyoto is the most decreased for the population. Now, within the 47 prefecture, Kyoto is the most not many people. It's decreasing the people. So we need more people to come. Not only tourists, we need the people to live and stay and work and having nice life there. So, which means we want to, of course, we still have a Machiya, and when generation changing, many times, I don't want to live in Machiya, or I don't live in this old house anymore. And many times the family says, okay, then let's sell it, or let's demolish. So if you are now living in Japan, in Kyoto, and then they start, if you're thinking of selling the house, and so please tell us, Remax Community Lab, we will find out how we can use or how we can approach to the new client. Okay, so over the years, the lifestyle changed because the Kyoto people also, it's very hot in the city or in the center because very expensive and a lot of hotel around it. So okay, I want to live in a bit of outside of the city, or I want to go to the selling this house and then it's sell and then go next to another lifestyle. And of course, a lot of mansion, we call it apartment mansion in Kyoto, middle of the city, a lot of apartment there, but it's really now expensive. So over the years, Machiya has been so changing lifestyle needs. And what is now the lifestyle needs is if you want to open a shop in Kyoto, or if you want to have a guest house in Kyoto, that is possible, but you need to choose the right location. If it's very center, it's very expensive. So today, Machiya continue to captivate both locals, visitors, like serving a residency and shop, cafe, and even accommodation for tourists seeking an authentic Japanese experience, of course, because some Machiya style hotel has more variety. Sometimes they have very big space and they offer cafe, working area, or small one is only for a family, or up to 5 people, up to 8 people. There's different styles. I was also searching the Machiya style house because I have kids, so I want to her to experience the Kyoto lifestyle while I go there. Normally I have a holiday 2 weeks to 1 month if it's from Germany, because it depends on the school. Of course, it's Europe area too. No, if you have a kids, then you need to always adjust to your kids' school schedule. So either you stay in hotel, or either you go to the Airbnb, or you go to the guest house. Or it would be nice to rent also 1 month. If you are staying 1 month, it's nice to unpack in the one place and then just travel around in Japan. So you don't need to unpack and pack everything and then they put omiyage in. Omiyage is like souvenir put inside. So I'm thinking that this kind of because at least I go to the 1 time in Japan once in a year, or twice in a year, or hope more. But the Machiya is decreasing or used a lot. Or if you really want to live there with buying Machiya, not in center, but you need it in a bit more away. For example, of course, in other YouTube channel, Tanaka-san is my Remax Community Lab. He is also explaining all about Kyoto, because our office is in Shimogyoku. Shimogyoku is the area that in Kyoto station. You arrive in Kyoto, since that's the south area is Shimogyo area we call it. And then he explains, it's expensive to center, but if you still want to open the guest house, or if you want to live in the future, there is still a very nice house, and it's always changing because the generation changes and they will say, okay, I will sell this house, no, I will use the house, and it's always, it's like the same as our body, it's always like Kyoto is moving. But then how to buy Machiya? And when you see already in YouTube, this is already late, no? So if you really start to go back to Japan or want to live in Japan, then you need an always agent who understand Kyoto, and which is this. I have this channel about, I speak English, I know the lifestyle in Europe, and I know the life. I'm from Kyoto, I was born in Kyoto, I was raised in Kyoto, so I know what's the charm point and what's the good point of Japan and bad point of this is inconvenient in Kyoto here and there. So if you see the map, and there is a lot of, nowadays you can see a lot of real estates also in Japanese website and so on. But if you don't go there, or if you have a unique real estate, I think it's better to have profession's eye point of view. That's why I make this channel, and I want to explain about what's the Möglichkeiten in Deutsch. We say what's the possibility that you can purchase the house in Kyoto or Shiga. We have Remax network. So if you want to live in Okinawa, if you want to buy house in around the coast, around the Tokyo, we can always find the people who knows the local area. That's the most important, by the way. And then today, so visitor for today nowadays is like Kyoto is really touristic place nowadays. In the Corona time, I was living in Kyoto, and nobody was there. No suitcase sound, and nobody was opening my Machiya house. I was living in Machiya house, kind of. Then people said, this guest house, and I said no. So its relationship changes, because Machiya house before was only Kyoto people, only Japanese people walking. Nowadays, a lot of tourists is walking. So when you purchased Machiya, then what you want to do? You want to open the cafe, or you want to open the hotel, or you want to open the shops, or you want to have a flexibility to come back sometimes, or sometimes rent out. This is as a strategy we need to think. And join me this unique features restoration effort, because you can also buy the house and restore the Machiya. For example, if you want to restore not only tatami room, but of course you want to have the European floor, or more want to be contemporary, of course you can. But it always depends on the cost, how much you want to pay for house and how much you want to invest for renovation. That's why I recommend you, if you want to buy the house in Japan, Kyoto, or any special place, you need to think about what to buy, where to buy. And this is kind of investment, of course, but when you don't want to have any more this apartment or house or Machiya, then what to do? Where you want to sell to somebody, you want to renovate and sell, or you want to just sell. So there's many ways to do. And then, of course, if you want to give this what you bought Machiya to next generation, you have kids and you have a daughter, you have a son. So if you want how to do it, because once you bought it out, it's okay, it makes money and it is a lot of tourists come and you have hotel and so on. But how to renovate, repair, and how to give to next generation, this is always you have to think about, because Machiya has itself a lot of history of flexibility that you can fix. And sometimes you have to fix the roof, or sometimes you have to fix the outside and facade and tatami room, or the structure. And these check also, it is provided by the government, that what we have a Machiya carte. Also you can also have a carte about these things that we can also consult. But unique features like this is cultural significance of beauty homes. Of course, it's very nice to have. And whenever you're history enthusiastic, architecture lover, or simply curious about Japanese Machiya, what is Japanese Machiya, then I will recommend you to stay in Machiya house. It is also Machiya house which you can stay one month or a shorter term, but normally it's 1 month, and you need a deposit. And if you pay deposit, and then you have a booking, and then you can go there with family, and you can rent a bicycle and you can go around. And it's very nice to have this experience in Japan, because many people come and I want to see this, but when you are sleeping, when you're waking up, this is always, it's part of your travel, part of your life. So, for example, if you're living in the city, it's always you can have access to Sanjo Shotenga or Nishiki Ichiba, or what kind of stuff. If you live in Arashiyama, you always have this nice bamboo forest, or there's always like river. I think also, even if it's in Kyoto, inside the Kyoto, you can choose many things, like more I want to have a fun life, or excited life there, or it's more quiet but convenient by the train, or I don't want to have any more car, or I want to own the car. So if you think about, okay, I want to buy Machiya, I want to live in Machiya, I want to purchase, or I want to sell Machiya house, which I have, then contact to us, because this is most important. This Machiya is not only your real estate, but from citizen point of view, this is very important to keep. Because imagine if there's no Machiya in Kyoto, are you still coming to Kyoto to see temple only? I think not. And diversity of this contemporary and classic, and this lifestyle of this culture, and what you see, like wagashi is like a Japanese sweet shop, and so, I don't know, it's very every year I go to Kyoto, they make it more refined, nice way, and so much idea to reuse. So if you want to renovate, also we can suggest how to renovate, what kind of brand you can make. So let's hope that we will find a nice Machiya when you want to purchase, and it is better to, of course, prepare before. And by the way, people says, you know that if you want to buy the house in Japan, you can just lend the money. No, this is difficult. So in Japan, you have to check a lot of stuff. If you are working for Japanese company before, or if you live in Japan, or if you have citizenship, or if you are nationality in Japanese, we always have to check what is possible. Most easiest investment is the buy with a cash, means that they not pay like this, but our Remax community law we can deal with by purchasing the house or real estate from other country. But we always check the document and everything secure, then we can purchase, of course. And if you have any question about the building, about area, about which year this was built, what's the history of owner, how much is the price for fixing, or when you want to sell, when it's better, where is better, these things are always along this house. And of course, if you are already living in other country, if you're Japanese, if you're a Japanese related person, and if you want to what to do with my parents' house in Japan, this is always a far away distance, is difficult. But we Remax has a network in Japan, so you can always talk to me in English or in Japanese or Kansai, then I can always talk to the professional, introduce a professional. So I myself am living in Germany, so you can contact me in German time or like European time, so you can talk from morning until night time. But if it's Kyoto, now it's summertime, so it's 7 hours. Japan is always future, so please think about this time difference. This is the only thing that we cannot overcome. But if you want to have Machiya, if you want to see Machiya, if you want to own the very nice Machiya yourself, then talk to us. And I hope you will like this channel, that I will continue to speak in English or Japanese, so that you can always feel about Kyoto. If you have any question about real estate or house or lifestyle in Japan or schooling in Japan, please write to me. I write under this YouTube that I have contacts, so that if you have a question, if you have something that anxious about travel or what to do, then please write to me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. And in Kyoto we say okini for thank you, and goodbye, sayonara in Japanese. So let's try to speak in Kansai also, Kansai Ben to practice, not to forget. And I hope you will come back to Japan again, or if you are first time to come to Japan, come to Tokyo, come to Kyoto, and also make the place you comfortably stay and travel Japan. Okay, next time maybe I should talk about Japan to travel. Okay, see you. Thank you for watching, and I wish you enjoyed. Please subscribe my channel. ありがとうございます。Thank you. See you. Have a good weekend. Bye.